If you truly ask yourself right now, with the current friends that you have, truly, if you were to spend the rest of your life with these people, where would you end up? Where would you end up? Would you end up inspired, challenged, pushed to a new level because of camaraderie, because of the willingness to push and achieve more? Or would you end up doing the same? Would you end up getting comfortable? Would you end up reverting? Where would you go? Give yourself an honest assessment right now. Because whether you like it or not, your friends are a reflection of you. And the more that you hang around those people, the more that you are going to reinforce that reality, those characteristics, those behaviors. That is the life that you're going to continue to create. If they aren't in alignment of where you say you want to go, you must go. You must find new people. If they aren't pushing you, if they aren't open-minded to new concepts, that might even seem fucking weird. For most people, you talk about certain concepts and they give you a weird look like you're crazy. Oh, this guy's extreme. This guy's fucking weird. No way. That is not a life that I would want to engage in, that I'm sure you wouldn't want to engage in. It's the crazy people who do big things. It's the crazy people who pave the way for the sheep. So what do you want to be? Do you want to be the crazy one, or do you want to be the sheep? Because guess what? The crazy one isn't crazy. They're open-minded and they're willing to learn. That's what they are. The ones who think they're crazy are worried about how they're being perceived. The ones who call others crazy are insecure about how they are being seen to the world. Therefore, they project that onto other people. That's exactly what happens. So do you want to let your path be affected by that person who's going to call you crazy when in reality it's a reflection of their insecurity? Do you want to let your outcome of life be affected by an insecurity of another person? Or do you want to pave the way in your life forward in a way that makes you happy about the person that you are? Which one do you want to be? Who do you want to cater for? Do you want to cater for them when it's not even about you in the first place? Or do you want to cater for you? And create a life that you're truly proud of, where you can look back 80 years old and say, fuck yes, that's me, bitch. Fuck yes. Which one do you want to be? I don't know about you. I cannot stand the fact of being someone who gets held back by fears, being someone who gets stifled and comfortable and then wishes that upon other people to get stifled, because I am. Because if I'm stifled and I see someone who's not stifled and do well and they're going ahead, that makes me feel bad about myself, so I'm going to pull them down. I'm going to pull them down so I can feel good. That's disgusting. If we can strip all the layers down, get rid of them, their insecurities, the worries about how people think of you when you realize it never fucking mattered anyways. If we can get rid of all the bullshit and you truly ask yourself, what do you want? What do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be around? And you stepped into that with no insecurities and no fears and no attachments to what was. What would your life look like? Sometimes for people that can be a wish. Oh, a wish. You know, I used to dream about days where, oh man, I wish I could just be in a fucking forest with a tribe of people who just played tribal music and did whatever the fuck they wanted, and there was no worries or fears. I wish. That was such a euphoric thought to me. And I asked myself, why? Why is that a euphoric thought? Well, maybe because I was sick of all the cover-ups. I was sick of all the trying to be perceived a certain way and look a certain way. And I like the idea of that because it was freedom. There were no worries, there were no fears. We were stripped down to our naked bodies. And there was no judgment. It was pure heart. Maybe that's why I liked it, because I had fears and insecurities and walls up myself. And I wanted to release. But do I have to really go to a forest naked? Sure, maybe I can. Or maybe I can just learn to let go right now and really start living. Your experience right now of this world is completely different to what it would be if you got rid of those layers. I promise you that. You will look at the things that you see every day in a completely different manner because your worldview has changed and you got rid of the walls and your perspective shifted and now it looks different. Holy shit. Look what we have available to us. Because I'm not so worried about this thing, I can look at this thing. Isn't that what fucking life is about? Living and experiencing, no limitations, coming from a place of abundance and creativity. What happened to that? What happened to those days? What happened to those moments where you didn't give a fuck about the little shit that never mattered down the line? What happened to that? What could your life have looked like? What if we chose to step into that right fucking now? Drop the bullshit. No one cares. They will judge you and they'll forget. Because for everyone, it's about them anyways. There'll be times they will judge you and then they will forget and it will never have mattered anyways. But the difference is you cared and you let it affect you. Whereas they moved on. They moved on. So why not just start living for you now? Why not? When you live for you and you fill your cup up, you can give at a whole other level than what you thought you could have if you were giving first and stripping away everything here. Because you're trying to give from an empty cup. Fill your cup. Prioritize you first. Fill it up and give from that place where you are constantly overflowing. You know, I was at a dinner last night with all my boys. Every time I'm around them, I'm inspired. Every time. The level of drive, the level of alignment, the level of open-mindedness, the level of just willingness to learn and do better, and the stripping away of limiting beliefs. It's hard not to be inspired when you're around it. So who are you getting around? Are you inspired every time? Or are you limited? Do yourself a favor and find a different crowd. Pay for it if you need to. Pay yourself into the right rooms. Once you learn the skills and you start changing your mindset, you will start to attract those people naturally without having to pay, sure. But in the beginning, if you're not there yet, you're not there yet. Humble yourself. That's what I did. Spent over 6 figures, probably 100 or 200K, I would say. I don't know. I stopped counting. Into getting into the right communities. Develops my mindset, and now I'm a natural magnet. But you must first humble yourself. Become the person, and then attract. So pay your way if you have to. Get into the right communities. Whether it's for fitness, you can come to me if you want. If it's for personal development and mindset, you can still come to me. It doesn't have to be me. It can be anyone. Anyone who has your life that you want. Get around them. Pay if you have to, it's the easiest way. And eventually, it'll get easier and easier and easier. But there will be some initial resistance in the beginning, it's natural. Because you're not used to it. Over time, it gets easy. You just become that person, people want to be around you, because you are a reflection to them, of themselves. and then watch your life build. I hope this helps. If you leave this video and you do not make any change, you do not question your friend group, you do not make an effort to meet someone who is in alignment, hang out with them more, and prioritize, provide value to them, and even try to bring your current friends up, this is a complete waste of your time. Don't let that be the case.